Welcome to the channel, coin lovers and collectors. In this video, we're exploring some of the most valuable United States of America 5-cent coins that have become treasures in the world of coin collecting. These nickels may look like ordinary change, but certain rare dates, minting errors, and special designs make them worth far more than their face value. We'll take a closer look at what makes these coins unique, how to identify valuable ones, and the stories behind their creation. So grab your coin collection and check your old nickels. You might be holding a hidden gem without even knowing it. Let's get started. First up, the United States of America 5-cent coin from 1946, also known as the Jefferson nickel. The coin we're featuring today is in very fine condition, showing just the right amount of wear to reveal its long history while keeping most of its beautiful details intact. The 1946 5-cent coin is part of the Jefferson nickel series, which began in 1938 and continues to this day. It replaced the Buffalo nickel and introduced a new design that honored one of America's most influential founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson. This coin represents a crucial post-World War II era in American history, a time of rebuilding, innovation, and hope. The obverse side of the coin features a striking left-facing portrait of President Thomas Jefferson. Designed by Felix Schlag, this profile captures Jefferson's strong, thoughtful expression, representing his leadership and vision for the United States. Even after decades of circulation, a coin in very fine condition still preserves much of the sharpness in Jefferson's hair and facial details, which makes it highly collectible. Across the top of the obverse, you'll see the word "In God We Trust," one of America's most enduring mottos. On the left side of the portrait, the word "Liberty" appears, followed by the year 1946. These inscriptions reflect the ideals of faith, freedom, and the historical context of the mid-20th century when the United States emerged as a global leader after the war. When you turn the coin over to the reverse side, you'll find an elegant image of Monticello, Thomas Jefferson's famous Virginia estate. This iconic building symbolizes Jefferson's architectural genius and his dedication to enlightenment and progress. Above Monticello is the Latin phrase "E pluribus unum," meaning out of many, a motto representing the unity of the American people. Below the image, the word Monticello is written in bold letters, followed by 5 cents and United States of America. In a very fine condition coin, you can still see most of these details clearly, with only slight wear on the steps of Monticello and the upper lettering a sign that this coin has been handled with care over time. The 1946 Jefferson nickel was struck at 3 U.S. mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The coin we're focusing on may or may not bear a mint mark, depending on where it was made. The mint mark, if present, appears on the reverse side to the right of Monticello. A coin without a mint mark was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which made the majority of 1946 nickels that year. One of the most interesting facts about the 1946 5-cent coin is that it marked the return to the traditional copper-nickel composition. During World War II, from 1942 to 1945, nickels were made with a silver alloy to save nickel for military use. In 1946, the U.S. Mint went back to using 75% copper and 25% nickel, making this coin the first post-war Jefferson nickel in standard metal composition. Coins from this period have a rich historical significance. They reflect a nation transitioning from wartime to peacetime, with optimism about the future and pride in its democratic foundations. Holding a 1946 nickel feels like holding a piece of that recovery era, a small yet powerful symbol of resilience and rebirth. A very fine condition 1946 nickel shows even wear across the high points of Jefferson's face and Monticello's dome. The edges remain smooth, and the inscriptions are still readable. Collectors often prize coins in this grade because they offer a balance between affordability and historical beauty. The value of a 1946 Jefferson nickel in very fine condition isn't extremely high in the coin market, but it carries immense sentimental and historical worth. Typically, such coins are worth a bit more than face value to collectors, especially when preserved well and free from damage or corrosion. If you look closely at your 1946 nickel, you might notice subtle color changes on its surface, light gray tones or golden hues that develop naturally with age. These toning effects can add charm and individuality to the coin, giving each piece its own unique character. Collectors love coins like this not just for their monetary value but for the stories they tell. Imagine the countless hands this nickel may have passed through since 1946, from soldiers returning home to families rebuilding their lives, to everyday Americans using it for coffee, gas, or groceries in the post-war years. The Jefferson nickel design has stood the test of time because it represents integrity, leadership, and American craftsmanship. Even though this coin is nearly 80 years old, its message and design still resonate today. It's a perfect example of how coins can be both artistic and historical treasures. When you examine this coin under a magnifying glass, you'll see the careful craftsmanship of Felix Schlag's design. The balance of detail in Jefferson's face and the architectural precision of Monticello reflect the pride and skill of mid-20th century minting. For collectors, that level of artistry makes coins like this worth preserving. In the broader world of numismatics, the 1946 5-cent coin represents the continuity of American coinage through times of change. From the silver wartime nickels to the modern-day designs, the Jefferson nickel remains a link between past and present, showing the enduring legacy of American ideals. So, if you come across a 1946 Jefferson nickel in very fine condition, hold on to it. It might not make you rich, but it's a wonderful piece of U.S. history and a reminder of a remarkable era. Every coin like this carries more than just metal value. It carries a story, a legacy, and a moment in time that can never be replaced. As we wrap up, remember that every coin tells a tale, and the 1946 Jefferson nickel tells one of hope, strength, and renewal. If you enjoyed learning about this historic 5-cent piece, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon for more stories from the world of rare and classic coins. Next up, the United States of America 5-cent coin from 1979, also known as the Jefferson nickel. This coin, in good condition, is more than just a piece of change. It's a small but powerful reminder of American history, design, and craftsmanship that has stood the test of time for decades. The 1979 Jefferson nickel continues the legacy of the design first introduced in 1938. It honors Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. Designed by Felix Schlag, this coin is one of the longest-running designs in U.S. coinage, admired for its simplicity, balance, and timeless representation of American ideals. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll find the left-facing portrait of President Jefferson. His calm, dignified profile symbolizes wisdom and leadership. Even in a coin from 1979 that has seen years of circulation, a good condition example still retains visible details of Jefferson's face, hair, and coat. The inscriptions "In God We Trust Liberty" and the year 1979 can be seen surrounding the portrait, capturing the essence of American identity and belief. Turning the coin to the reverse, you'll see Monticello Jefferson's famous home in Virginia. This neoclassical building represents Jefferson's love of architecture and innovation. Above Monticello, the phrase "E pluribus unum" is engraved, which means out of many. One below the structure, you'll find the words Monticello 5 cents and United States of America. These inscriptions have remained consistent since the coin's introduction. Representing tradition and continuity, the 1979 5-cent coin was struck at 3 different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The coin's mint mark, if present, can be found to the right of Monticello on the reverse side. AD stands for Denver and S for San Francisco, and coins without a mint mark were made in Philadelphia. Each mint produced millions of nickels that year, but despite the high mintage, well-preserved coins remain popular among collectors. A 1979 nickel in good condition might show some signs of wear: smooth high points on Jefferson's cheek and Monticello's dome, along with light scratches from years of use. However, the coin's details and inscriptions are still clear enough to appreciate its craftsmanship. This makes it a great find for beginner collectors who want a piece of American coinage with real historical context. This coin is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it its characteristic silver-gray color and durability. The combination of these metals makes the Jefferson nickel resistant to corrosion, which is why many 1979 coins still survive today in decent condition despite decades of circulation. The late 1970s was an interesting time for American coinage and the economy. Inflation was rising, and the cost of minting coins was being closely monitored. Yet, the Jefferson nickel continued to be produced with the same composition and design, a testament to its efficiency and popularity among the public. The design by Felix Schlag is particularly admired for its simplicity and clarity. Unlike some other coins of the era, the Jefferson nickel avoided excessive ornamentation, focusing instead on clean lines and historical symbolism. It's a design that manages to be both practical and elegant, reflecting the democratic spirit of the nation. A good condition 1979 nickel doesn't carry significant monetary value, typically just slightly above its face value. However, its value lies in its collectability, charm, and connection to the past. For new collectors, it's an affordable and meaningful coin to add to a U.S. coin collection. When you examine the coin closely, you may notice subtle variations in color or tone. Some may have developed a soft patina or light gray hue due to age, adding character to the piece. Collectors often find this natural toning attractive, As it tells a visual story of the coin's long life in circulation, the Jefferson nickel has gone through only minor design changes since 1938, which shows how timeless Felix Schlag's vision truly was. The 1979 issue remains part of that legacy, a coin that continues to represent Jefferson's contributions to American democracy and intellectual achievement. It's also worth noting that this coin circulated during a period of major global and technological change. The late 1970s were a time of energy crises, shifting economic conditions, and cultural transformation. Every 1979 nickel, in its small way, passed through the hands of Americans living through those defining years for coin enthusiasts. Finding a 1979 nickel in good condition can be a nostalgic experience. It might not be rare, but it's full of character, history, and significance. Each scratch or faded line is a silent witness to countless everyday transactions and the lives of ordinary people. What makes this coin so appealing to collectors is that it connects us directly to a piece of American heritage that's still circulating today. The Jefferson nickel design lasted for over 6 decades before being updated in 2004. Making coins like the 1979 issue valuable to those who appreciate classic designs. The artistry of this coin, from Jefferson's portrait to Monticello's fine lines, speaks to the pride and skill of U.S. mint engravers. It's a perfect blend of art and utility, a design that can be admired both as a work of craftsmanship and as a piece of everyday currency. Even though a 1979 5-cent coin in good condition might not bring you riches, its historical and sentimental value makes it worth holding on to. It reminds us that even the smallest coins carry big stories of presidents, mints, designers, and millions of people who use them in their daily lives. Oh, the next time you come across a 1979 Jefferson nickel, take a moment to appreciate it. Whether you're a collector or just curious about coins, remember every piece of change in your hand is a tiny piece of history waiting to be rediscovered. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into fascinating coins from around the world.